been a while since I've done a video. Had a lot going on. Summer is my busy months. Was doing lots of softballing. Moved to my lady's house where we had that garden started. I don't know if I think I mentioned it a couple, well, probably like 6-7 months ago in a video or something like that when I did one. But here's just kind of a little update. Yeah, moved into a house where we can actually garden and such. So we've gardened. I'll show you what we've gotten for spoils so far. Lots of little cherry tomatoes. This isn't even like a third of everything we've got. We've been eating stuff along the way. Tons of beans. We had, she's been eating them like they're freaking beef jerky. A couple other little tomatoes and peppers. We also grew Budweiser. I mean, that was the coolest plant to plant. It just sprouted up cases of Budweiser. It's awesome. Obviously it didn't, but if it did, oh my god. Every man would be a gardener if you could grow beer. Anyways, now I'm going to show you the actual garden. It's pretty windy out today, so bear with me. Yeah, there's a plate on the floor so my dog could lick it clean. Yeah, this is kind of not even a really like a prepping video, but it kind of is. That is all garage sale shit. I'm hoping to make a few bucks. Probably won't though, because, I mean, you know, garage sale shit is that. It's just shit. So, on to the garden. Ooh, it's kind of calmed down. I'll take you over here first, show you my little project. We're going to be doing some raspberries next year, so I got to get those in the ground here this weekend. It's supposed to get cold. Don't like that. Here's my pepper plant it produced 2 full peppers. It has a couple flowers on it, so if I take it inside I might be able to get some extra peppers out of it, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Back this way, I just scared a bunny. The bunnies like to live in there, and he just ran under there. Scared me too, but I gotta be a man. Okay, here is the compost heap. This is a lot of just table scraps. No meats, no dairies, stuff like that in there. A lot of it is grass, leaves. We eat a shit ton of eggs, so there's egg shells, coffee grounds, avocado shells, watermelon skins, corn cobs, just all sorts of stuff, you know, anything that you could eat. That was I scored this thing from a co-worker. It's one of the, I think it's just a, what are they, a water or like chemical crate holder. And it was in her backyard for compost, so I just decided I'd take it. So, got to make sure you stir the compost. I've been really poor about doing that this year. So, on to over here. This is an attempt at sweet potatoes. I will have to get back to you on if it worked or not, because we haven't dug any of them up yet to see if there's anything under there. There's lots of foliage, but the premise is basically you put straw on the outside, then you fill up the rest with mud or dirt. Sorry, dirt, not mud. And they're supposed to grow like crazy in it. You're supposed to keep stacking it on top of itself so it gets to be a big mound. But we kind of used whatever we had. This little plot is 4 by 4. And you can see, I hope, that we've sectioned off. Like we built a little, oops, leaf fell. Like a little grate in there where we actually had our, you can't read it because it's dark, but where we would label what we had. These 2 plots right here, beets. I think they're doing well because, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's a beet. We haven't pulled any up yet, so we haven't eaten any beets. This was a colossal failure plot of onions. Those onions are like the size of my thumb that are in there, so leaving them in as long as I can. That was peas, I believe. Yeah, this was a colossal failure because before we had this up, rabbits got in there and trounced them, so they didn't really stand a chance. My neighbor says hello with his truck. These 4 plants were all pepper plants. They still have a couple peppers on them. Right there's a pepper. Right there's a pepper. Right here were some strawberries. We got probably a dozen or so strawberries out of here. Looks like there's one trying to grow right there, but I doubt he'll ever become anything because it's, like I said, it's going to get cold out. This big thing kind of just became a mess of shit. It was for the cucumbers, and it worked really well. We got a bunch of cucumbers. There's still a couple growing. That's a cucumber. That is also a cucumber. But the tomatoes loved it too. They started growing up through it. And I should have left some of the red ones on here before this, because then you'd be able to see them. But that little dude is a tomato. If I could ever get it to focus. Tomato. There's actually a bunch of them still on here somewhere. Yeah, oh, there's a red one. Little tomato. Bunch of little unripe ones. Gonna give them until Friday to fill up, and then I'm gonna try and cover them Friday night because it's supposed to get in the 30s. Here's some beans. Actually, that one's gonna come off. That's a big guy. See? Beans. There's another little beans. So we got beans and tomatoes and cucumbers, and I think that's about it that we grew out here. Now you can kind of see a little fat cucumber down there, but that's all we got for this stuff. I do plan on expanding this over to here and maybe doing another one over here for 4 plots and kind of splitting everything up, doing like cucumbers and melons, more of my berries and stuff, and then tomatoes. So as you can see, this is just the backside of a garage. That's north, so east, south, west. So it gets lots of exposure because there's quite a bit of space, but there is this big honking tree right overhead that gives it some good shade on days when they need shade. Lots of crabgrass in here. It sucks. Hopefully, if I can convince the lady, she's gonna let me burn all this brush, and there's a big pile of dirt under it. And then I'm going to try and stick a couple rain catchment barrels under here, hook them up to that pipe. I think it'd be a perfect place for them, since, you know, it's a garage. That's what that is. That's just a garage. There's my burn pit, old wheelbarrow, crap ton of bricks for a future project, maybe a fire pit, don't know yet. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing this summer. I know this was a pretty boring video, but I've been away for a while and I kind of want to get back into it. So I figured I would post a video of what the hell I've been doing. Oh yeah, and bush trimmings. I trim bush. Inside, there's my wiener. Say hi, Chester. See, he's silent when I say, hey, Chester. Good boy, good boy. Shh, stop. Here's my, she gave me this little corner for my reloading area. This is her house, not mine, so I have to ask to do things. So this is my reloading corner, and you know, my ammo and my gas mask, and yeah, this is my little corner of the house. It's still in a lot of disorientation, or whatever. That's not the right word. Anyways, still in chaos over here. I gotta clean it all up and get it all fixed. Hopefully I'll be getting a new tumbler so I can start cleaning my brass, and then I gotta find powder. And once I find powder, then time to start chucking some brass, making some bulls. So yeah, I did trade a bunch of 9mm, trade for a bunch of 9mm that were cleaned and deprimed, so I've got a box here of primed brass. yeah, so that's about everything. So basically, I'm gonna end this video. That's the basement, of which I don't go down because there's snakes. Ugh. Found a garter snake in this house, and oh, I hate them. I hate snakes. I'm a big bitch. I know. I hate snakes. So that's like, if you've seen Home Alone, that's like the basement for me, with the furnace that talks and like tries to kill you. Yeah, that's down there. I swear that furnace is down there. But what can I say? This house was built in the late or maybe the early 1900s, so there's not really a whole lot of um, there's a lot of crawl space and stuff like that with the basement. So things get in, it happens. I just wish they weren't snakes. I can handle everything but snakes. Anyways, guys, it's been nice talking to you or myself. How do you like the beard? I grew it for you.